Today, we are cooking a creamy, delicious surf and turf pasta, and you are gonna love it. Let's cook. Today, we're making my own version of a combination of ingredients that I love into what I'm calling a surf and turf pasta. This is a pasta that I always cook when we go to the beach with our family, and they love it.
Yes, we do.
So, let's cook. Let's get organized. The French call this mise en place, and all that means is having everything in its place, all the ingredients and the tools that you need right in front of you. Mise en place to me means less stress. Now we're gonna start prepping. The first thing we're gonna do is boil the pasta water. We're gonna set that up at high heat. Remember, cooking is always about ingredients, time, and temperature. So let's talk about ingredients today. For our surf, we got frozen shrimp. And let's talk about this for a second. 99% of shrimp in the US, it's frozen. This is frozen right on the boat. The moment they catch them, they freeze them. So they are fresh, but they are frozen. So it's totally okay for you to just buy frozen. For our turf, we have mushrooms and bacon. Now today, I chose to use pancetta, which is an Italian version of bacon. Bacon is smoked, pancetta is not. But they're both salty, so you need to take that into consideration. Throwing the shrimp, defrosting them is easy. Run some cold water. Make sure the water is cold. You do not want to use warm water because it will start to cook the shrimp. The best way to do it is just leave the water running 3 to 4 minutes. The next ingredient that's very important on pasta when you use it is cheese. In this case, we're using Parmesan cheese. In Italian, they call it Parmigiano Reggiano. It comes from a very specific area in Italy, somewhere between the town of Parma and the town of Reggio. Parmigiano Reggiano. And if it doesn't come from there, it's not real Parmesan or Parmigiano Reggiano. It is a little bit pricey, but believe me, it is worth the money. Costco sells this one for $12 a pound. I just saw it today at Publix for $24. I love Costco. How about this ingredient? The pasta barilla. It's from Italy. You find it at Publix, you find it anywhere. Make sure you get good pasta. I'm using linguine, which is in the middle between spaghetti and fettuccine in terms of thickness. This is great for today's pasta. Make sure you get Italian pasta. It's just the best. You can find the pancetta anywhere. I bought it at Publix because I'm in the South. You may not be in the South, but pretty much any supermarket has it. And this one comes diced. Let's work. The peas are frozen. Vegetables, when they're frozen, they're usually frozen at their peak. So this is great quality. Don't complicate yourself. The last very important ingredient is cream. This is heavy whipping cream. Do not be afraid. Heavy whipping cream has about the same amount of fat as regular whipping cream. It's just thicker, so it's better for our sauce. I'm also using organic chicken stock. You can use any stock. Try making your own. The other star ingredient is the mushroom. These are baby bellas. These are small portobello mushroom. And what we're gonna do is clean them. We're not gonna wash them with water. And you might be surprised. Mushrooms are 80% water. I think they don't need any more water. Now we cut them. Cut a little bit of the stem off, and then we're gonna quarter them. This is ready to go. We're gonna use half an onion or a small onion like this one. This is how you cut the onion. See the core? Cut it in half. Lay it on its side. You're gonna do this. Now, the way you position your fingers is like this, not like that, because you don't wanna cut your nail off, like this, so the knife can move along your finger, okay? You want to go as far as possible without cutting the core. The core is going to keep the onion together. Then you do a little bit like this, and then You do exactly the same with the other half. And that is ready. Now for the parsley. You don't want the big stems. Smells good. This is so fragrant. Sebastian, can you smell it?
Mm-hmm.
From over there, for real?
Yeah. That's where a good knife comes in handy.
This is why you need a good knife. A good knife will last you 20, 30, 40 years. And that's ready. We need 2 cloves of garlic. That's an easy way to peel these guys, especially if you know you're gonna mince them. Take the little core off, and then garlic's ready. The lemon, we just cut in half. And make sure you take out the seeds. Okay, we're ready to cook. Let me show you a trick that I use that I call the conga line, where you set up all your ingredients in a line in the order that you need them for your recipe. Check this out. See, this line here, this is like a conga, right? So first, the pancetta, the shrimp, the butter, the onion, and the garlic. The mushroom. We're moving to the second line. The broth, the cream, the peas, Parmesan cheese, the parsley, and this is the final touch right here. I am going to heat up the cream, and I'm actually using the shrimp shells to flavor that cream. Just put it in there because we're gonna get them out. You may skip this step, but I promise you it adds so much flavor, it's worth it. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna render this pancetta or the bacon, whatever you're using. You just want to render that oil. See, I did not put any oil on this pan, nothing at all. The oil we're gonna use is that oil from that bacon or pancetta. Delicious. We want to go like medium heat or so. While this is rendering, we're gonna salt the water. A lot of people make this mistake. You want to make sure that your pasta water is salted. Now, you're gonna hear and on the internet, and a lot of people say that you want your water to taste like seawater. That's not true. That's too salty. Depends on the salt that you're using. I'm using kosher salt, so it's about 1 tablespoon for every quart. I have 3 quarts there, so 3 tablespoons. I'm getting the pancetta out. Okay, so now we put this here towards the back. Shrimp go in. See, make sure they're very dry. And we're gonna season this, guys, with a little bit of salt. See how fast we're gonna cook them, but maybe 2 or 3 minutes, because they're gonna finish cooking in the cream sauce. You want some color, but make sure you're not overcooking them too much. You want them to be kind of springy. All right, and that's good. That was probably 2 minutes. So we're gonna set this here. Now we go in with the onions. See, same order that we have on that board. Oops, see, I actually skipped my own order. Almost forgot, and it's okay, you can add it now, the butter. See, you want that butter because the fat from the pancetta was already dry. Oh my God, this smells so good. So we're gonna cook this one for about 2 to 3 minutes. You don't want them browning, you want them softened. Next in the conga line, garlic. We don't put it right away with the onions because the garlic cooks way faster. And if garlic burns, it turns bitter. Here we go. The smell. I wish we had the famous smell-o-vision. I'm waiting for Elon Musk to come up with that. In go the mushroom.
Yeah, I love mushrooms.
You want to see some of the mushroom after they have rendered some of that water they have inside. If not, the seasoning would just wash out with the water. We're going to season with the salt. And we're going to do a little bit of pepper. Ooh, this is smelling so good. we have some color, we're gonna go in with the chicken stock. Lower the heat. And we're going with the cream. So we're cooking that off a little bit with low heat. And we're gonna put the pasta in right now. This here says 10 minutes. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna set a timer. Remember, ingredients, time, temperature. We're gonna set a timer for 8 minutes. 2 minutes before that. And we're gonna finish cooking it in the sauce. Maybe you notice that there is no oil in the water. All you need is salt. The sauce is almost ready. It's actually very ready. Always taste. Never forget to taste. It's delicious. It's a little bit under salt, but the pancetta is very salty. So I'm gonna taste after I put the pancetta. I move this forward on the conga line because I'm using about half of it right now and the other half at the end. I'm doing this, guys, here. That's the pancetta. Doing the peas, which Sebastian doesn't like, but what the peas are doing is that not only is it giving it color, it's also giving it a little bit of sweetness. When you look at the recipe, you see it says 1/3 cup of the water where the pasta cooked in. I don't need that right now because I'm not straining it. So it's gonna go straight into here and you're gonna see there's some water coming with it. That's about right. We're literally cooking the pasta in the sauce for a couple of minutes. And as we cook it, the sauce is gonna thicken a little bit. Pan's still on, it's actually cooking. And here we go with the shrimp and the shrimp juices. This is gonna help the shrimp finish to cook and the pasta the same way. Now, I wanna tell you that I've done this pasta with and without the shrimp and it's delicious both ways. So if you find that you don't have the shrimp for whatever reason, skip the shrimp. If you're able to do it with the shrimp, then you call it surf and turf. If not, just call it turf. There's also a lot of debate. Should we use Parmesan cheese when we have seafood on the pasta? Most people say no. I was one of those for a long time, but you know what? If you like red wine with your fish, go for it. I think this just adds another dimension and it's also a little bit salty. So we're gonna put half of it now. We're gonna give it a taste. I think we can turn it off. Adjusting for the salt, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Now we're gonna do our final Parmesan. We're gonna do a little bit more of this parsley for the freshness. And the final touch, I'm gonna squeeze this lemon juice for a little bit of acidity. So we're looking for balance in food. So you want a little bit of saltiness, sweetness, acid. It smells delicious and it looks delicious. All right, now we're gonna plate. This is how we're gonna plate. We're gonna make this huge roll. Okay.
Why don't you dump it?
Because we want it to look neat.
Someone's hungry.
Sebastian's hungry. Sebastian says, just dump it. I want to eat. Wow, look at that. Parsley at the end. And we are ready to taste. Look at this. This is just delicious, fantastic. My favorite part, taste test. Tara, Mare. Oh my God, this is so good. I'm sorry, Sebastian, but you're gonna have to try this. Here, you do it. Grab from in there. Just grab a lot of sauce and grab a shrimp. Wow, it's creamy. It's got its taste of the sea. because of the shrimp and I think the shells. Mm. Mm. It's really good, isn't it?
That's the excitement of a 14-year-old.
Mm. Wow. You wanna try it? I think you should try it. Switch cameras.
Here we go.
Oh, you wanna get your own?
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
too
perfect.
big.
This one's for me.
Oh my gosh, smells so good. Okay.
Mushroom.
So good. Amazing. I love it.
And it's really simple to make. If you think about it, it has a few ingredients, but it's really simple to make. I promise you, when you do this, your family's gonna be like, wow.
It's impressive.
It's kind of an impressive dish. You need to try it at home. The goal of this is that you actually try things like this at home. I went shopping and I spent $25, $30. Don't you spend $25, $30 at McDonald's. You can eat at home as if you're in a restaurant. If you just plan a little bit ahead, get a recipe like this one and just try it. You need to try it. The key is that you practice and you try. You're gonna get really, really, really good at this and your family's gonna love you. You're gonna be known as your name, the chef. All right, guys, 4 things. Subscribe, click like, share with your friends, and cook it. Come see us next week when we're gonna prepare the most delicious and authentic tacos. Ooh, who doesn't love a great taco? Come see us.